Hello, in this tip I'm going to show you time-lapse. This is a website where Google's collected some very graphic illustrations of how the Earth has changed over the course of the last 30 years or so using time-lapse photography from satellites. And on this website I'm going to go down to Explore the World. And Google has already taken some very dramatic areas and kind of made a feature story about them. So these are ones that are predetermined. I'm going to show you Las Vegas real quick. So when I click on Las Vegas, it's going to zoom in on Las Vegas. And if you look in the bottom down here, you'll see that it's going to start in 1984. And obviously you can see the growth of Las Vegas. I'm going to zoom out here just a little bit. So you can see how Las Vegas is going to change. You can also change the speed down here from fast, medium to slow. So you can kind of slow down and see the growth there as the years progress. So that in itself is pretty interesting. But then this also allows you to take the predetermined location and you can also kind of shift it around a little bit just by using the scroll. So this becomes a really cool tool if you're talking about urban growth because now if you notice on the right part of the screen here, you're going to see Lake Mead. And so you can see the dynamic change of Lake Mead as we gradually get closer to modern times here. And you can see the lake actually begin to get smaller. If you want to read an article about the growth of Las Vegas, this takes you to a site that now has additional information about Las Vegas and a little bit about the effect from Lake Mead. So that's a pretty cool tool. Now, if I go back to the Explore the World aspect here, you can also put in any area of the world. So I'm going to type in my hometown of Liberty, Missouri. And my hometown of Liberty, Missouri, as a suburb of Kansas City, has experienced quite a bit of growth over the last 25, 30 years. So I'm going to zoom in as far as I can here. And basically this area right here is Liberty. And you can tell there's a lot of growth happening over here on the western side of the interstate. And so if I slow that down, if I use this in class, my students can definitely see the growth in this particular area as we get into the early part of the new century. And you can see all these different housing developments and all this different growth right here. So this is a great example of how I could bring something into my classroom and my students could definitely see the growth from that particular time period. And they'll understand it because it's their own neighborhood. So you can take this and zoom this out. This is Kansas City. So by using the feature down here where you go to Explore the World, you can type in any area and it'll show you the satellite images for that particular area. And there's some really good examples here. This one is on the Wyoming coalfields in the Powder River Basin. And I'll just show you real quick an example. But when you zoom in here, and if I zoom out just a little bit, you can really see the growth of these coalfields as it goes into the last several years. So some great discussions you can have with your students about science, about geography, about human impact on geography. Just simply a great tool from Google. That is Google Time Lapse.